Kinder! Here's Mrs. Orozco, and I'm so glad to be here with you again for Reader's Workshop. It's been a while. I know we missed you so very much. Friends, we have been learning and reading so much. I almost don't recognize you. You've grown to be such smart kindergartners. I couldn't be prouder. Hey, friends, I want to talk to you about story elements. That's right. Today we're going to talk about the different elements that are part of the story. That means the different parts that make a story. So today we're going to review these elements with one of our old favorites. I'm going to start reviewing these elements with one of our old favorites, bunny cakes. This was one of our most recent old favorites, so I think that it would be good to do this one so it's fresh in our heads. So friends, who are the characters? What's a character? Let me tell you. Well, friends, characters are people, like my friend Madeline here, animals, like my friend Winnie the Pooh, and even things, like our book friend right there. So that's what characters are. And characters, they do a lot of things in these stories. They think. Just like Curious George here thinks of a lot of things to explore. They also feel, like my friend Chrysanthemum, who felt a lot of different things in the story, like sad, happy, scared, and even worried. And they act. That's right. That means that they do things in the story. They don't just sit around. They have some action. They perform some action. Now, let's talk about characters and why we're talking about them. Characters also change. Yeah, they don't always look the same in the beginning to the middle to the end. Friends, that means that something happens that makes characters become different from when we first met them. For example, they might at first be afraid, but then they're brave. They might at first be sad, but then they're happy. And they might even at first be unkind, but then they become friendly. So, why are we talking about characters, friends? Well, that's because you are good readers. And as good readers, we know that we think about the characters as we read the story. We think about what they feel, what they're going through. Friends, one of my favorite stories is Harry Potter. And the reason I enjoy Harry Potter so much is because as I read it, I was thinking all the time about how Harry felt. What was he doing? It made me feel just like I was his friend, like a real friend. And so when we talk about characters, it helps us understand and actually feel like we are part of the story. That's why I think that you would enjoy Harry Potter, because he had great adventures. And I always felt like I was right next to him. So friends, what I want you to do is as you read, I want you to think about the characters. And how would you describe a character? So that's a character. Friends, who are the characters in Bunny Cakes? Let's look at the beginning part of the book. Oh, so look, we have two bunnies. And it looks like this one is called Max, and this is Max's sister, Ruby. So that's who we have. We have Max and Ruby, okay? Two characters. Now, and friends, what is the setting? Where is it happening? Yeah, it's happening at their home. And when? Can you see when it's happening? Is it happening in the nighttime or in the daytime? I agree. I see the window, the bright blue skies. I think it's happening in the daytime. Hi, friends. So today we're talking about the setting. The setting means the when and the where the story takes place. For example, a story setting can be the nighttime or the daytime. Or it could be the winter time or the hot, hot summer. The when is really important, friends, because, for example, here I am on a beautiful day, taking a hike outside, sunny spring day. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It looks like I'm having a great day. But, oh my goodness, oh no! All of a sudden, it became a very dark night. So now, friends, do you think it looks very fun? No. You see how the when can take a big change in the story? It can impact it. Oh, I better get out of that spooky forest. Now let's talk about the where. The where is where it takes place. For example, a cottage, a big city, space, or even Rapunzel's castle. For example, so let's say that I was telling a story about when I went to the zoo and I saw a tiger. Yeah, I like tigers. Tigers are fun. What if the setting changed to my bedroom? Ah! Oh, no, no, no. I do not want to see a tiger in my bedroom. So, friends, the when is just as important in the story. As you read, you're going to think about the when and the where. If you change one thing, will it change the story? Sometimes it might change it drastically, which means a lot, or it might not. I wonder. And remember, good readers think as they read. And then we're going to talk about what's the problem. What's the problem? What do you mean? You don't know what the problem is of the book? Not to worry, I'm here to help. Let's watch this really quick so we can learn what the problem is of the story. Again, and today I want to talk to you about the events in the story. Now, the things that happen in the story are called events. And there's 3 parts that are important in every story. And there's going to be some letters to help us remember these events. It's the B, the M, and E. Can you repeat that with me? B, M, E. Good job, friends. So B is for beginning. And 2 things. It introduces the characters. So it tells us who is in this story. Who are the characters that we're going to be learning about? It also tells us the when and the where. Remember, we just talked about how important the setting is, the where it happens and when it happens. That's right. It could be very important because it could change the whole story if we don't get the setting correct. So, for example, let's take my friend here, Paddington Bear. So Paddington Bear, in the beginning of his story, we get to know a lot about him, like how he loves to carry so many things in his hands. And we know that the setting is a big city with a lot of rain. And that's why he's always going to be seen in the story with a raincoat, an umbrella, and a rain hat. That's what he's really known for. So in all his stories, that's a big part of who he is. And that helps us know the setting. M is for middle. And the middle is basically, what are our friends doing in the story? What is the adventure that is happening to these characters? So a lot of the time we also have this called as a problem that they're trying to solve. Have you ever had a problem in your life? Yeah, sometimes. Well, books have that too. They make for interesting stories. For example, my friend Corduroy here. In the beginning of the book for Corduroy, we find out that a little girl looks at him through the window and really wants him. But the mom says, "Friend, honey, he does not have a button." So in the middle of the story, he goes around the store where he is and he looks for his button. The problem is that he does not have a button. Do you see him right there? He's missing a big white button. Now, friends, we have the next event in the story. That's called the E. E is for end. So for example, how did the character solve that problem? Here I have, and also did the characters change, but we're going to focus on the problem. Here I have a friend that I'd like to introduce to you. In his book, in the beginning, he tells us that his biggest desire, his biggest wish is to be part of a zoo. The middle of the story, he shows off all the different tricks he can do so that he can be a part of the zoo. And in the end, friends, he finally becomes a part of the zoo. So did he solve his problem of wanting to be in the zoo? He sure did. So in the end, we usually think about how did they solve their problems, because that's important to know how that problem was solved. So I want you to think, friends, about those 3 parts of a book. The beginning, who are the characters and where is the story happening? About the middle, what is the problem? What is the adventure? And about the end, did they solve the problem? Or did the character change? Did the character become a different type of character? So now that we know what a problem is, friends, can you tell me what the problem is in this book, or what the adventure is that they do together in this book? That's right, they're making a cake. Why? Why would they need a cake? For Grandma's birthday. And Max tries to help, but oh, poor Max. He can't seem to get it right. But how does the story end? Do we have a happy ending? Let's check it out. So in the end, we see that Oh, Ruby made a beautiful cake. And so did Max. He finally did his mud cake, right? And look, Grandma is happy with both of her cakes because that's how much they love her, that they each made her a cake. I would say that's a happy ending, right? So friends, what I'd like for you to do today is I'd like for you to grab the carrot seed, and I would like for you to tell us who are the characters, the setting, the where and the when, and I would like for you to tell us what is the problem of the story and did it get solved? I can't wait to hear all about it. You can take a video, you can draw it, you can type it out, whatever you choose. You can share it with us here on Schoology. Thank you, friends.